Hello everybody, this is JP3 here, and I am excited to bring you the 9th and final entry in this series, Halo Reach, Legendary Difficulty, 100% Casual. We are on Playable Mission number 9, Pillar of Autumn. This is a very, very tough and long mission, but if you know how to play it, it actually is really, really enjoyable. It is the one final mission in the entirety of the Halo franchise that brings all of the things that you need to have learned, all the skills you need to have developed. It brings it all together. And so let us get started. So I usually like to wait till that elite starts to bug out. He always does. And then I take care of his grunty friends. Once they are taken care of, we will be hopping down here, switching out our overfilled but largely useless assault rifle for a plasma pistol if possible. Now, if the plasma pistol is hard to find, or if it somehow made its way out of the vicinity of where I'm standing there, I usually tend to grab the needler there and be okay. Right now, I'm conserving pistol ammunition. Now, as soon as you kill all but one grunt, somewhat oddly, the elites switch places. The elite that's over there with those grunts who does not have this overpowered concussion rifle leaves, and this elite, who is almost always an ultra on legendary, shows up. That's how we take care of him. As for the jackals, on the other hand, we just hope to God that the RNG of using the pistol at range, at almost any range except for right in front of the enemy, we just hope that we can register enough shots to back them off. Throwing a grenade at them helps some. I'm grabbing this not because I'm about to do a speed run, but just for fun. But of course, as you can see here, the weapon doesn't do nearly as well as you would expect, given the terror that it can be for you. I mean, I'm shooting it at them, and they're not even moving, they're not even dodging, they're still shooting their needles. But we do knock that guy off, which is kind of a cool way to finish out its use, which ends right there. So I go under here just to see if there's any grunts left to mop up, and notice that there's a shotgun right there. I would use it if we were on heroic difficulty, or if there were more grunts over there, just for the fun of it, but ultimately, yeah, it's just not the same as it was in Halo Combat Evolved. No shotgun really has been, but as you notice here again, the needler is a holy terror, but it's not quite as terrible on your health whenever your shields are down as you would think. Say I took 2 needles there, but it only took 2 of the bars away, if that. So if there are banshees that are flying around up there, I usually like to shoot them down, mostly for fun. But if they haven't made it over to us yet, then I just get on the mongoose and take off. The banshees, as you see up there in the top left corner, now center, they are, I would say, largely set pieces. They're not really going to cause you much trouble. Every once in a while you might get shot at, but I've never had them knock me over with a fuel rod, much less kill me or anything like that. The turret grunts, however, of course the turret grunts, as it would be, and even the grunts and drop pods, they will make this trip miserable. If you've played this game mostly on other difficulties, this is, again, more of a set piece than anything else. This whole ride, not on Legendary, not at all. I used the shortcut on the second bend because I think the landing's a lot easier to stick. The first landing can be stuck, it's just a lot harder to do so and a lot harder to recover if you don't. So now we're past the hard parts of the mongoose, unless you just keep going here. What you have to do here is at some point when you get into one of these caves you want to stop, because if you don't, 9 times out of 10 that grunt on that stupid turret, overpowered yet again in yet another Halo campaign, will rip you apart. Even speedrunners stop there. At least they used to. I think they still do. Be sure you have, of course, if I didn't mention it before, if it wasn't obvious before, be sure you have a rocket launcher and a full DMR. If you don't have a full DMR, however, there is a case inside the building we just exited. First thing you do right here is, as soon as you get your reticle back, or sooner if you think you're badass enough, you shoot those 2 jackals with the needle rifles. Then you shoot a rocket to each side of this wraith. If you have other plans for this wraith, if you want to try to use it, then feel free to use a different strategy. I cannot explain to you how to do this as well as I did it in this video, I mean, it went really well in this video. But if you shoot a rocket to both sides of the Wraith, oftentimes it will dodge one and go into the other, as it did just then. And again, that's not as easy as it looks. That does take some practice, but it's possible. Definitely possible. Now, this is probably my least favorite area of this entire level, and it's right here at the beginning. We've gotten rid of the first major troll of this level, which is that Wraith back there bombing us and hitting us with picture-perfect, pinpoint accurate mortars, even if it has no line of sight on us. Now notice the rocket launcher's weakness against infantry. For reasons unknown, I threw a rocket right into where that brute is, and it didn't kill him. Even though I did hit inside of the building, not just the steps. I saw where the rocket went. And again, I'd say on any other difficulty, that probably would have at least killed that guy. And as I see more of these guys go into the building, I would probably... Now that's just a miss. I didn't shoot at the ground, I shot at him. And that's a mistake. But anyway, the rocket launcher is probably useless at this juncture. I don't normally have it. Usually it does take all, or at least, you know, all but one rocket, and I usually ditch it to get rid of these brutes, but I don't. So now we're going to do the step back here and headshot everything game. The only other option besides speedrunning past all this that would be viable given the weapons you have would be to go and actually hijack the Wraith and use it to kill these guys, but that is really, really risky to do. The reason why that is because if you go back to the Wraith and try to hijack it, they all follow you. Oh, now we've got a semi-berserking brute here, but we thankfully picked up a needler earlier. Anyway, so you have the group all kind of follow you back there, and so not only can they make it much more difficult than you'd want it to be to hijack the Wraith before they shoot you dead or grenade you, but the Wraith also, while you can hide from it forever, you can't hide from it for long. And even shooting the gunner off doesn't help a lot because one of these guys will go back and replace him. So it's not undoable. It's just not, I think, worth it in the long run. It's a lot of trial and error. I grabbed the shotgun because I was tired of waiting back there. I wanted to come down here, and unfortunately, a very lightly armored Jackal can take 2 to 3 shotgun blasts up close and still survive. So we're back to using the DMR. I did mention this is my least favorite part of the level, right? Yeah, this is why. Because there really isn't another good option except for to use the DMR from range. I mean, you can come down here, but, I mean, look at the trouble I'm in now. And I'm not doing killing, I'm not tanking damage and getting kills, which would be fine, since there's a health pack inside the building back there, but obviously there's no way to do that. I would end up dying before I got the kills that I tanked the damage for. Come over to this tower, replace your shotgun with the needle rifle. We're going to need all of it that we can get. I'm sure that you're familiar on some level with this mission, and if you're not, then pretend I didn't say that. But there's DMR in here, restock that, get your health pack if you haven't already got it. If you have, then you can go back to where you parked the Mongoose and get health back there too, I believe. I keep my sprint here at this juncture. But if you prefer another armor ability, that's fine. Now there's 4 grunts and 3 Jackal marksmen with needle rifles over here. The grunts will usually suicide. I'm not sure if the reason why they're not is because I am standing on this rock. But right now I'm taking out marksmen really easily. And I think we have 1 more grunt left. Again, not sure why they're not suiciding, except for that maybe I was in a position that they don't normally, I guess, get the urge to suicide when I'm in it. If that makes sense at all. So what I was saying earlier is that I'm sure you may have some familiarity with this level. The reason why we're gathering needle rifle is because we're going to need it for the end game. But we don't need to conserve it so heavily that we can't use it at a couple different spots here and there. As long as you're using it wisely and know where the drops are at, i.e. where the enemies who drop the needle rifle is at, then you'll be okay. By the way, the pause you got back there, that's because I'm using the Xbox One DVR to record these. It only records for 10 minutes at a time, and so you will get those breaks, but this is one continuous level. This is not this is a single segment run that's just was broken into those segments to accommodate the Xbox One DVR's limitations. So here we've got buggers. Now, we get a big surprise here. I've never quite had them be that aggressive when I peek out to see if there's any around that corner. Notice how now they're being much less aggressive for some reason. I'm not really sure why they were that aggressive that quickly, except for that it's legendary difficulty, and every once in a while their awareness and accuracy meet in some confluence of cheating garbage BS that makes it feel more like you're playing a computer game against non-organic AI than you normally would be. So it may have been that guy who was stuck there. If he's been stuck there the whole time, he might have noticed me faster. And of course they can telepathically communicate, and everyone just immediately train their weapons on you with high degrees of accuracy despite floating in the air. So we just keep headshotting these good old buggers, drones, Yanmei, however you prefer to refer to them. I am now conserving the DMR because I don't want to have to go back and get any more ammo for it, and there is plenty of drops for the needle rifle coming up. Be careful peeking around and looking down from here. There's a really nasty combination of drones that can plasma pistol you, and then needle rifle skirmishers who can headshot you. And the needle rifle also takes down your shields at an inordinately fast rate, given the nature of the weapon and its projectiles. So, see right there, I had full shields, and without even blinking my eyes, I'm down to warning. So, you just have to be much more careful here than you would ever think you'd need to be, given that you're a Spartan, and those needles are clearly meant for a fleshier target. So, anyway, we're going to stop talking about flesh now and get to the game. So once we're done with all of the old drones, we can start taking out the skirmishers with needle rifles. They're pretty easy to headshot with the needle rifle, so I wouldn't use up the DMR here. Plus, again, there's, I believe, 4 that hold the DMR, hold the needle rifle, maybe 5. And so it's really, really easy to stay stocked here. Notice how that one has the little arm shields. So if you hit those, you're not going to get one of the 3 hits that you would need on him to get a super combine. Again, best to aim for the head with the skirmishers. Learned that through quite a few hours playing Firefight, much less the campaign. So come over here and grab this Spartan laser. We're not taking it with us. This is more of a luxury that we have it here, and we're going to see how many kills we can get with it just for the fun of it. Take the needle rifle, not the DMR. So he does not die to the Spartan laser because this game sucks. Not really, but that element of it does. But we just, hit him a couple times with the needle rifle and he dies. And then just headshot anything that looks like it can be headshot at the time that you are deciding to try to shoot it. I want to try to get this Ultra. The scariest guy in this arena is, of course, the general with the fuel rod that we've already killed. So the Ultra would be a nice little bonus to take out with the Spartan laser. And of course it will have to be a combination of the Spartan laser and the needle rifle. And I take it back, I think I just tried to needle rifle him. Now, I'm going to tell you the strategy here because you're going to see me fail at it and then you're going to see me succeed at it, which makes it really easy to talk about. So you need to keep continuous fire from the needle rifle specifically on that elite. And this includes the general if you're going to try to take out the general with this method. The reason why is because, of, as you probably know, the AI is scripted to dodge and armor lock whenever you're shooting them with this weapon. Every time he dodges, he does not do this and run to cover. Notice how I shot even before I scoped in to keep him from going into cover. And as you can imagine, his shield strength is probably about 20 times that of yours on legendary difficulty. I would argue at least 20 times. Now these guys, it takes a special amount of skill to get this kind of kill. And I only have about half of it. So I've got 4 shots with the Spartan laser. I'm going to see if I can take one more of these guys out. Like I say, only about half of it. So the final use of the Spartan laser is going to be right here. I know that elite that if you saw that, I chased him with the laser over to where he always goes to cover. If you shoot that, sometimes you can kill him, but you get that shield flare, and then he's pretty easy to take out from there, even from range with this. We only get 2 times magnification with the needle rifle, but still pretty easy to take out from there because he is de-shielded, and all we got to do is get 3 shots in on him. Now, we are almost out of needle rifle, as you notice. I wasn't happy with how much we used, but I'm still not worried. I'm going to pick up all of this ammunition right here. And then again, we're going to have some drops later on that will help us round out the clip there. So you can hold 84 plus I think it's 18 or whatever it is in the clip. And so we've got 20 to make up. We'll be fine. Don't worry about it. But we are going to limit our use of it massively. That's why I said to hold on to the DMR. I should correct that. I said hold on to the DMR because you might want to use it from here if you ran out of needle rifle. But you don't necessarily have to hold on to it for any other reason because there's DMR everywhere in this level. Except for one place, and you'll see where that is because I'll be juggling it. So these guys were all hiding after we were deemed, I guess, dangerous enough. So what you'll see here is you see the Major there, and you'll see the guy that we couldn't use the needle rifle on, or I'm sorry, the Spartan laser on effectively. Very weak shield, the Ranger there, so not a big deal that he survived that over there earlier. So we're just going to whittle his shields down until they're done, and that should be this area here. So come down into here, stock up on DMR, although there is another place along the way where you can do that. I'll show you where that's at. And keep moving forward. So right around near this staircase, there's DMR in that case. Come right over to here. There are 3 turrets, one of which is a fuel rod turret on legendary difficulty. Put your needle rifle down. We're going to take out the turrets first. Take them out by trying to stay back here far enough to where it does not see you. If it does, it starts firing at you and makes this a little bit more difficult. Alright, so he sees us, but we're far back enough that he is not going to be shooting at us. The fuel rod turret, I believe, is always in the middle. He's the one we want to get more so than any of the other ones. And notice how he's not paying attention to us, so we take him out. So the Spartan laser will be useful for taking out a ghost in a bit, but you want to focus now all of your efforts on taking out the 2 fuel rod grunts in this area. We've already taken out one of them. The other one just shot at us and appears to be shooting a lot at Emil. Emil tried to throw a grenade at him, I believe, and missed, but he got away, but we took him out before he could get too far. We don't want him left over. So now we're going to use the Spartan laser here, take that out, and now we're going to get the sniper rifle out and use the sniper rifle for the exact same purpose as an anti-armor weapon. First time in Halo history, and as far as I know, maybe the only time in Halo history it's served its purpose. So let's get some shots on this ghost here. We get 2 and 3 and 4 should do it. There are some weak points on the ghost where there's not purple. The purple is the armor, so if you've got little gaps in between that are darker, that's usually the better place to shoot the ghost at. But we have plenty of sniper rifle ammunition. We're not taking it with us, so I just shot it until it died, until it blew. So now the goal is to take out all of these grunts from range with the DMR. The reason why we're doing that is because we're going to need very few, if any, distractions for a very small but ferocious, potentially ferocious fight that's upcoming. It's inside that facility there. So I usually just stay up here and take them all out with the DMR until they're all out. The elite back there, that elite major is hiding behind that cover. I'm trying to draw him out so I can use the sniper rifle to take him out, but he will not come out, at least not now. At least not now. Oh, there's more grunts. That's good. Come on now. It's just Gruntpocalypse, but actually easier. Because they're not all charging at you. Oh, we found you, buddy. We found you. We found you. Where do you think you're going? No, you're not going anywhere. That's right. You can hide from that sniper rifle all day long. I'll find you. And I'll kill you. Oh, that has got to be the fruitiest sounding trash talk. Let's pick up our needle rifle. Do not leave it over here. Jump here, slide off of there. You shouldn't take any fall damage. And let's go grab us another Spartan laser, which is located over here. You can't go through there. At least not the way I tried it. Be sure and leave the DMR. Again, we've got plenty of it in the next area. There's no need to worry about holding on to the DMR except for in one spot. And I'll show you where that's at. It's upcoming, and I'll show you where it's at. So I like to leave these weapons, which are for later, here. Leave that there, and then let's get us a DMR and leave the Spartan laser right there. Now let's go find us a plasma pistol, and let's ambush this ambush. So instead of going through the front door, we're going to come around the side and elevated door. And we're going to try to take out as many of these elites as will come up here. I did not realize he was going to do that roar, or I would have been quicker there. Now, I apparently, even if you remember watching Winter Contingency, if you did, I don't know how these stairs work. I was not ready for him the same way I wasn't for the elite in that level who ran upstairs, but this guy we actually had the drop on him really nicely. The problem was he fell off. The game finds a way, man. It finds a way. But not there. Not then. He didn't fall off then, and we were able to beat him down. Now, this is where I get frustrated. I get really, really frustrated because George decides now all of a sudden that he's going to stand here and attack these guys. But he bumps me right there. I didn't miss that shot. He came and ran right into me, that piece of crap. And of course I can't melee him because meleeing sucks in Halo Reach. So, and he's in my way, so I'm hitting the godforsaken pole. I cannot believe this. You know, I was going to try to use other weapons besides the DMR and plasma pistol, and you try to have fun, and these piece of crap bricks get in your way. Has there been a Reach level that I wasn't upset at one of these bastards? No. Let's throw a grenade over there wildly. Oh, that'll do it. Yeah, shoot him from the shotgun. Shoot him with the shotgun back there. Your gun's already nerfed. You think you're going to do any damage back there? Seriously. Emil. Great character. I'm mad at the AI, not the character. I like Emil as a character. Juggle any combination of these weapons. I'm currently juggling the two special weapons, the ones that I'll need for later. But you want to have the DMR in here. You don't want to use the needle rifle up in here. And there is, for some reason, assault rifle in here, as if that's going to help you in medium range combat on legendary, or hell, any difficulty for that matter, against elites with concussion rifles that throw grenades a lot and have shields that are 20 times as strong as yours. I am using the assault rifle here solely for not using the DMR. But actually, I take that back. The assault rifle does serve a slight purpose for us in here. It does kind of help you keep constant whittling on the elite shields. That way they don't have a chance to recharge. I actually do like that function of it. Right now, I'm not going out and grabbing a plasma pistol, A, because it's dangerous, and B, because I think we've got enough people firing on this shield to at least keep it again from recharging. Then I can follow up with the headshot whenever it's finally down. These jackals are annoying the crap out of me, and I think just need to get rid of them. You spend so much time focusing on the enemy that can actually really kill you, and less time on the enemy that's just slowly pecking away at you until you're, well, dead or stuff. Not good things, that's for sure. Now they're all out of our line of sight because the Marines have drew their fire elsewhere. That grenade bounced perfectly. That should have been a kill just for awesomeness alone. Oh, God. Now, let's see if we can't burst fire these shields off. Again, the sole reason being that it will just keep the shields from recharging. All it takes is one bullet. Just in the very same way, all it takes is one little itty bit of splash damage from that concussion rifle to de-scope us and keep our shields from recharging. Very same with the elites there. So we're down to 1. And I think I'm going to use the needle rifle here because we've got a drop that's upcoming, and I do think the needle rifle is at least equal to, if not slightly better, than the DMR at shields. I'm not 100% sure on any of that, though. That Phantom is no longer there, Emil. He always says that you cross this threshold, he's always going to say, watch that Phantom, regardless of whether or not it's actually gone. Now, I cannot believe it. It really doesn't matter. I don't know what the hell use it is, but in this game, but yeah, I'm looking for grenades, and I don't know how in the world these elites and all these grunts, they only drop 1. Except for that, they did not really care about grenades in developing this game as a viable strategy for killing anything, especially on the higher difficulty levels. So for some weird reason, the hunters are ready to go, which is highly unusual. Also highly unusual is the fact that they've seen us and now are in the position they're supposed to be in, which is in a dumb stupor stare at you state and not even fire at you while you shoot them with a Spartan laser. That's the way you're supposed to find them. I'm not... Oh God, Emil, I swear to the Lord Almighty, if I could push you pieces of crap off a ledge and into oblivion, I would. Runs right in the front of my stream there. So now, I think I've already killed 1, right? So there's 4 skirmishers here. I believe there should be only 2 left. I wouldn't get too close to tangling with them over there. They kill you pretty fast. Pretty fast. Because they're running around like freaking idiots. And chopping at your shields pretty fast with their plasma. So there are 3 Jackal marksmen here. Please take them out before you do anything. Just come right out here to that window. Use the DMR to take them out. They all have the needle rifle.
Lost contact.
6 shield jackals. On legendary, I believe they're always majors. I think even on heroic, they're almost always all majors. There is an invisible elite with a sword hanging out behind that pillar. This is why I got on top of the case earlier, and this is why I'm on top of them now. He usually comes out the closer you get, even if it's just to aggro against Emil or one of the other Marines. This guy, however, is staying in his little hidey hole, his little cover over there for some dumb reason that I don't understand. On any other difficulty, he's not invisible. On this difficulty is, which makes him actually easier to kill, but harder to spot. 3 grenades, splash damage from all of them, and he finally goes down. Not even giving himself a chance. Doesn't exactly comport with the lore. What's the right word? Confirm, or whatever the word. It doesn't exactly go with the lore for elites to be cowards, but he dies a coward. Alright, so now we're going to pick up a plasma pistol, because we're going to deal with another Elite Ultra dual-wielding plasma rifles. And Emil likes to get right in your way just as soon as you're about to take a shot. He may tank damage, but he can make this really, really annoying. He's sidling up on us right now. And look at this. Boom, boom, boom. And the shields are off automatically. Isn't that just the best thing in the world? Don't even have a chance to do anything, man. The shields are off. You got to go immediately to cover. But there, Emil does his job. Tanks some damage and gives us the chance to take his shields out. And headshot him. So we've got full Nita rifle, and we didn't even need all of what was dropped there. We've got the DMR with us, but we're going to be cool. We're going to be cool, and we're going to give it up after this very small skirmish here, where I believe a Jackal has a plasma rifle. I think he's the only Jackal in the game that's equipped with a plasma rifle. See that blue? Isn't that kind of cool? Anyway. So they are all dead. They dropped no grenades because of reasons that I can't explain. Grab yourself a grenade launcher. Please, just keep the DMR if you don't want the grenade launcher. But I'm going to try to show you, not as to convince you, I'm just going to show you that this little puppy, even on Legendary, can kick some major... you know what. But just in case, go tap that box. It actually knocks loose a box of DMR that for some reason otherwise is not available. The reason why this weapon is awesome is because enemies, even in cover, don't have an answer for it. I have no idea why I tried to shoot that grunt. Let's see if we can get a couple of kills right there, and we do. And we get 3 more. So we get 6 coming off of that dropship. That's a godsend. Not necessarily a wholly unusual if you are used to aiming it, but that's the power of the weapon. That's the power of the weapon. So we're just using the grenade We're just using the grenade launcher to conserve Nita rifle and to stray, at least for a moment here, from using the DMR and trying to headshot these pieces of crap. Now this is the one thing that's scary, of course, when you don't have, I guess, something to take care, like a needle rifle or a needler, is that when they do their little berserking thing, oh, you should have never turned your back, fool. When they do the little berserking thing, the grenade launcher kind of loses its luster then. As soon as Emil says, hold them off until Keys gets here, you want to pick up a plasma pistol, drop the grenade launcher, and come to this spot. There's one alternative. You can actually try to kill the chieftains, one of which is a gravity hammer chieftain, the other of which is a fuel rod chieftain. You can actually kill them off the dropship. My advice to you... oh, now these guys come out. Yeah, where were you hiding at before? Now you come out. Anyway, disturbing my flow here, even though I'm just watching it. But yeah, as soon as you can try to kill them as they're coming off the dropship, even snipe them as they're coming off the dropship, because there's a sniper in the little crow's nest area up there. But I usually use the sniper rifle for a different purpose. I'll talk about that later. I don't even want to get into that. I don't even want to get into that now. But that's... so right now I'm just waiting. Usually the gravity hammer chieftain comes right up here and tries to kill you. So shockingly he did not. I mean shockingly. I'm really surprised about that. So we're just going to keep firing until we get him. So we've got the gravity hammer chieftain. Now it's time for the fuel rod chieftain. The scariest of them all. Try to stay away from the back wall. And obviously use this one panel here for cover. That way you don't get fuel rotted. Oh, do everything in your... every trick, every get out of jail free card you got, mother. You know what? Every get out of jail free card they got. Evade, armor lock, whatever. Eventually there's a cooldown, I think, for all of those. So now we come to the part of the match where there's a lot of jackals and brutes. They tend to retreat to the rocks around where the dropship dropped them off, and back behind where they originally went, if you remember where they were coming from when I had the grenade launcher. So I go and get the grenade launcher, but this doesn't go nearly as successfully because the enemies are essentially hiding. In fact, I would argue from here on out, things slow down, and I don't know if I don't remember. I played this. This is a recording I did months ago. I watched it here recently, and just so I kind of get back familiar with this particular performance, and I think I got a little nervy and did not stay as aggressive, especially later on, and this gets slowed down quite a bit more than it has to be. So right now I'm using, and you can obviously go get a DMR now since they're all at range. I think I was hoping to try to take some of them out, but that were closer to here, but I forgot that they truly retreat. And once they truly retreat, they don't come after you unless it's like a berserking brute or something. So we get one there. I can use the DMR at medium to long, or I'm sorry, the grenade launcher at medium to long range, but it's not obviously nearly as effective or as precise as the DMR at long range. There's a jackal down there. And when we have 2 enemies left here, we'll have the same thing occur, just a different type of group of enemies and a different drop of the enemies. You'll have 2 more drop ships come in, and that should be it right there. I think we take out both of the brutes there. Now we need to find us that plasma pistol. Well, I think we still have some enemies outstanding. So we need to find us another plasma pistol. And hold on to our needler, of course, our needle rifle, of course. Oh, really? I know that bounced a little far away from him, but come on, man. Here comes the drop ships. Hurry up. I turn around and go this way towards the danger because that jackal had its overcharge ready, and thank goodness he was weak from probably a grenade I threw at him before, and he goes down really fast. So here they come off the drop ship. This group includes a chieftain with a plasma launcher. Same rules apply essentially as it did with the fuel rod guy. Chieftain is that we want to stay away from the back wall and use this panel right here for cover, and then hopefully get a plasma pistol overcharge on him, or whittle his shields down with the just regular firing, the peppering, and we do that and it works like a charm. Now the biggest, after you kill him, there is only one enemy in this entire area that you really need to fear. And he is going to make our life a living hell. And that is a single fuel rod grunt. He's the only guy, aside from people that can throw grenades, that can one-shot you with a weapon in this area. And by God, has he trolled the crap out of me before during my lifetime of playing this game. So we're just trading off armor-locking assholes here. And so we're going to try to whittle them all down, and then we're going to see, but we keep looking for the fuel rod grunt, who is usually not as hidden as he is right now. But I'm going to tell you, I remember going back and looking at this in theater mode. This coy bastard does not show up but one time, and you'll see when he does. I'll tell you when he does. Right now we're looking at 2 grunt ultras that are down there. They are not who I want to kill. I don't even want to kill a brute right now. I want to kill that guy so I can go down there, find my grenade launcher or other weapons, and get rid of this group so we can get on with the mission. But with that fuel rod guy, the more he hides, the more scared I am that he's going to troll me. So I don't know, Yep, more brutes. Where is... There he is. Look. 1. I miss. Oh, I got 1 in him just then. 1, 2, 3. I thought I saw 3. I thought I saw 3. In theater mode, I saw 3 hit him. 1 must have popped out at the very last second. Piece of garbage. Piece of garbage. A grunt with a frickin' fuel rod is the scariest thing in this. I would argue even scarier than the damn chieftain. At least I know where the chieftain's at. So I get trapped down here. This is where the hell comes in. I saw that grenade bounce away. And of course, grunts and Halo Reach can overcharge you. I'll kill every last one of them myself. So I gotta get a health, because a full overcharge causes a lot of damage to you. It actually bleeds through the shield and causes damage through the shield, if you take the full brunt of it, if you will. So anything you see me do from here until the time I enter the room with the Zealots, seriously, is because I don't know where the hell the Fuel Rod Grunt's at. I never find him. To this day, oh, no. I did see how I died in theater mode. That's right. Anyway. So Keyes comes in. Now this is, most people will tell you, and this is what I used to think, that the gunner on this Pelican will take out the last two enemies if you let them. They will take out the last two enemies. Remember that. Because all it takes is for there to be two enemies left. It's usually almost always two brutes. And instead, it's a coward jackal that hid this whole damn time. He doesn't even come off the third wave. And it's that piece of crap Fuel Rod Grunt. Again, this is where the Pelican's supposed to take out those enemies. Look at the red on my minimap right now. Look, right now. What the hell is that? A grunt that doesn't even have a damn helmet. And he's still alive. He's still alive. I mean, seriously. I remember keeping this for this project for this specific reason. I kept this performance for this specific reason. It was a good performance, a lot of good strats, a lot of them worked, the ones that I like to use worked, but this is the reason I kept it and didn't update it. Because this is like 3 to 5 minutes longer because of this piece of crap grunt. Now, he dies right before this cutscene starts, and I don't know how. I think he got shot by somebody on the Pelican like he's supposed to. I think by default it happens, but he can kill you at any time before that cutscene starts. But I don't think he can possibly survive after it. I still don't trust that, and it screws up my final strategy here. The one that my favorite strategy on this mission. My favorite strategy to execute properly. But I literally, the whole time I'm in here, I'm got my mind on that grunt. And it screws me terribly. I miss shots that I never miss, ever. Watch, look at the bar there. I hit the bar at some point. I never take these shots. I never do this poorly with the sniper rifle. Jeez, I think that's 5 missed shots. I have 12 shots in here. I'll be honest with you. I usually take out 2 of the Zealots and weaken one enough. I can't stand watching. It is awful. It is awful. Awful. I've actually killed all the Zealots there with a sniper rifle and have a suiciding grunt come all the way from inside the building, walk all the way around, and actually kill me. Reach is the one campaign, as much as I might love it, it is the one campaign that will troll you at the end of missions. It's not necessarily you see the difficulty ramp up, it's just this troll crap. It's the Fuel Rod Grunts at the top of the spire and tip of the spear. You know, it's the grunts that hide in the textures that I can't see through in Nightfall. It's that kind of crap, man. Oh my god, it's just at the end of missions. So it screwed my whole mentality up. Don't let that happen to you. For the love of God, don't let that happen to you. It just screwed up all the flow I had built up all the way up into the point of that third wave coming down. So I'm using the plasma rifle here because I don't want to get close enough to him to get an overcharge, and I think the plasma rifle is actually better for peppering its shields from distance. And I'll explain it like this. I think the elites themselves don't tend to be as scared of it as they are of the plasma pistol peppering. They're not really scared of the plasma pistol peppering. plasma pistol peppering. But it just seems like to me it's a little bit easier to strip those shields with the plasma rifle from that distance. Not that it's more accurate, it just seems to work a little bit better. By the way, that engineer is not there except for on Legendary, so you make sure and take it out because these guys already have really powerful shields. Now, this Field Marshal, as I'm sure you know, I may not have to say, has a fuel rod gun. If you can strip his shields, which takes more than just an overcharge, just like in Halo 4 and 5 with many elites, if you strip his shields, he drops the fuel rod and comes at you with the sword, which is kind of cool in a way, but it's kind of signals the end of it. Now, he shoots a fuel rod at us. I think we got that overcharge to hit close to him. Notice how he had the sword there. I think we had the overcharge get close to him. He might have actually hit a rail with the fuel rod as well, and needless to say, we end up with him with stripped shields there and a headshot. Now, if you remember, there's one more Zealot here, because I was only able to kill one of them with the sniper rifle, de-shielding the guy. It wasn't actually a kill with the sniper rifle, but anyway. So, yeah. So we got one more here, but eventually we take him out. If you run out of that plasma pistol, just go back and get one of the plasma rifles or one of the other plasma pistols. Eventually you'll take him out. Just make sure you don't get grenaded by him. He won't go pick up the fuel rod or anything like that. So now, get up to this thing here. You can cheese this whole part by triggering that line of dialogue and then ducking under and waiting for him to say, "Fire now, Spartan!" We're not going to cheese it. We're not going to cheese it. This isn't Lazo. It's still only one shot at the cruiser. You need to prioritize the Banshees almost at all costs, if not at all costs. I make a mistake there. You can tell I haven't practiced this in a while, and I had not when I played this. I think I got one practice run in. And I'll tell you what, though, it's not totally and utterly my fault because you don't normally get a 3 Banshee spawn where I got it. I got a 3 Banshee spawn right off the bat, and so I had to kill all 3 of them, and you do kill all 3 of them. Because, believe it or not, those forward turrets, those forward plasma cannons are much more devastating than these concussion blasts when you're in this, when you're in the MAC cannon. I can't believe I missed that shot. I missed the cruiser. Of all things, the cruiser. And I apologize for the cut at the end, but it could go no longer. That's probably why I missed the shot. So listen, I've got the cutscene, the whole thing here. It's going to play. It's a lovely, lovely and cinematic in ways that are so awesome for a video game. There's Chief, maybe? But I'll be quiet and let this roll.
Pillar of Autumn. We're away. The package is with us.
That's a real beauty. That is a real beauty. Well, guys, that's it for our foray into Halo Reach's legendary difficulty, going 100% casual. That means completing all objectives, killing most or all enemies, clearing all areas, all while going deathless and not using skips, reverts, exploits, or anything of that nature. Well, this has been JP3. I'd love it if you would subscribe, if you want more of this kind of content, if you're excited about my upcoming series, not sure which campaign I'm gonna tackle just yet, but please subscribe and hit that notifications bell so you can be ready for it when it comes out. And of course, if you like this kind of content, you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button. This is JP3 signing out. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and thank you very, 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 very much for watching. Goodbye.